Hi, beautiful community. Welcome back to another episode of Create Your Joy. I am one of your hosts, Ivania Leon, Mindset on Purpose Coach, and our beautiful other co-host, Shruti Goel. She's a self-love and empowerment coach. What do we have for today, Shruti?
Yeah, so I'm excited to share an amazing song from the movie The Greatest Showman. And this song is called This Is Me. And it's in the movie, the plot is such that it is the chance for the bearded lady to own her spot under the sun, to be in the spotlight and treat herself uh, differently than the freak that everyone else sees her as. And it really moved me, actually. I got quite emotional listening to this song and hearing her speak about it. So I really can't wait to dive into the lyrics because here is an anthem of joy, an anthem of strength. And it fits right in with our purpose in doing this podcast together. So let's get started. And the first verse says, I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, because we don't want your broken parts. And right away, you know, when it says, I'm not a stranger to the dark, sometimes people think that if someone is joyful, that means that they have never, seen anything bad, right? That they're sheltered. But that's not the case. She is saying right up front, I have been through some dark days. Hide away, they say, because we don't want your broken parts. You know, they want you to remain in the shadows, feeling ashamed, feeling not good enough, because that makes you give your power away. I have learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Why does someone want you to hide away? Because they don't want to see the broken parts. And where things are broken, when you mend them, there will be scars. There will be um, some piece there, joint left over. And so at that time, it seems to indicate that she learned to be ashamed of her scars. Run away, they say. No one will love you as you are. And I think this really speaks to our state of mind, especially when most of us are growing, in that turbulent teenage and young adulthood. A lot of us feel like this, that you want to run away. It's not only what they, as in the society or the messages that we receive, seem to say, but you feel as though no one will love you just the way you are because you feel so weird. You feel disconnected. You don't know where your place is. Um, not only in groups, not only in terms of belonging, but you don't even know who you are internally. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there is a place for us, for we are glorious. And again, this is a part of the song that is just so uplifting. The fact that you see, the visual of this lady that has a big beard and she's saying we're glorious. To own that we are more than our physical looks was really beautiful for me to witness. And when the sharpest words want to cut me down. And now, this part of the song, being a self love coach, the moment I heard this, I thought, aha, here's someone with an overactive um, inner critic who is agreeing with the mean words that someone from the outside is saying. So it was just a beautiful reminder, of a step by step. This is the chorus of the song, a step by step of how to deal with sharp words that get sent to you. So it says, when the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm going to send a flood, going to drown them out. And in the self love world, that flood that you're going to send is going to be a flood of kindness and compassion that you flow towards yourself. It's that floodlight of compassion that you're going to shine on yourself. I am brave, I am bruised. And in these lines, I love this comparison, right? She's brave, but she's also bruised. She has hurt before. That's why she can be courageous. And it lets you know that being brave, being courageous doesn't come without braving some scars, being okay with getting hit, getting hurt. And I'm not saying physically, but sort of emotionally getting scarred. I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. And I love this line because she is owning herself, flaws and all, whatever and whoever she is. And how many of us can think of when we were younger, parts of ourselves that we wanted to hide away? I know when I was growing up as an immigrant, especially, my accent was something that I felt constantly ashamed of. And yet a day came when I was able to say, hey, flaws and all, even if my accent is not perfect, I accept who I am. Even with my curly hair, I accept who I am, and so on and so forth. Look out, because here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I am not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. And again, this line, I'm marching on to the beat that I drum. When we say someone marches to their own drum beat, that means they're no longer, kind of a captive of society. And they're no longer just listening to the messages, the programming that they're receiving all the time, that they become the creator in their own life. And that is maybe one of the biggest encouragements that we want to give our audience, is to become the one that keeps the drum. You can march to your own drum beat at any time. And I'm not scared to be seen. Here's the bearded lady, sort of coming out of the dark, or the person that has felt so scarred and so bruised, coming out to be seen in the light, just the way they are. I make no apologies. This is me. So, and then of course there's a round of ohs. The song itself is beautiful, and I hope our audience will take the time to listen to it. It's one of those songs that just makes you feel alive, is the only way that I can put it. So what do you think, Ivania? How did it land on you?
Oh my God, it was, it's a lot. I was thinking, before, because I watched the video, I was looking at the lyrics, and it's such a beautiful lyrics. But, when you were reading it to me, one thing that you made me go deeper, when you say, I am not a stranger to the dark. And my mind went, when we are in the womb of our
Yes.
mothers, we're not in the light.
Yeah.
There's no light. So we already come used to the dark. We're not afraid
Yes.
of the dark because we trust him.
Beautiful.
Whatever, where we're coming from, whatever you believed in, is that you are trusted. You already know what's the dark. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It is something that's preparing you for what? For what's coming. And
Oh,
it's us when we are in the womb. We are preparing ourselves for what we're gonna become to, or what we're gonna be, forced to challenge. Or life is a lot of challenges, but you already been used to. They give you a taste
oh,
for 9 months.
yeah.
So it's not like a day or 2 or 3 days. So you made me go back to that, and also say, because we don't want broken hearts. I mean, broken parts. And also what that meant to me when I was like, when you're the baby, you put in your parts. Little by little, it's growing.
Yeah.
They're not broken. They're
Yeah.
building. You building those parts.
Beautiful.
As now, we're not broken. We take a pause and we rebuild. We gain new tools. We gain new techniques. We learn more. I learn so much from you. You learn from me. We learn from the other one. We build it. We're not broken. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because that's what we're supposed to be. And I like that. The other one, I said, I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. And
Yeah.
when that came, I learned that means that where my mind went is like from when we're little, everyone, somehow there's no one person that does not feel ashamed.
Right.
There's no one till
Yeah.
today. Even we're
Yeah.
working in ourselves. There's little parts that we're working on. That's why we're
Yeah.
not broken. We're working on it, because the
Exactly.
same thing that we were in the womb learning ourselves, like being in the dark, that's the same thing that we are trying to unlearn, or the parts that we feel ashamed of.
Yeah.
So And then glorious, what it went for me is that we are the best. We are perfect. We are perfect.
Yeah.
And we just learning to find out our perfection. Not
Yeah.
today, not tomorrow, not when we die, like it way, way, way down there. Because that's what we're striving for. What we don't know what perfect is. That's why we say, oh no, we're not perfect. No, we are perfect. We are glorious.
Wow.
So that what came out to me, and I really wanted to share that because when I speak to you and
Yeah.
we share this content and these talks, you made me go deeper because of the
Yes.
way you're saying things. And I go, that sparks me. And that's why
Wow.
we love to do this, create your joy, because once you hear what we're saying, you might take a different take. And that's where your mind start to expand.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I got so inspired. I wanted to do that. Sorry, Shuti,
That
but
was,
you inspired me so much.
yeah, that was amazing, Ivania. And I just wanted to say that, you know, it's a way of kind of learning how to build creativity. So I hope, because you in turn inspire me, I enjoyed every moment of what you just shared. Your passion for this subject comes through. Your passion for the work that you do comes through when we have these discussions. So I just want to say that for our audience too, if someone feels like they're missing creativity in their life, use this podcast as a way to jumpstart your creativity, your ability to be creative.
Yeah, no, beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna jump into the next. And it says,
Yes.
another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away, because today I won't let that shade sink in. I
Mm.
love that because we as we learn, as we're building our resilience, we're building our tools, we're building our techniques, they're gonna fire away
Yeah.
because that's what we do. But as now that we're trying to learn, we're trying to understand other people, we're trying to understand ourselves, like, okay, you can say whatever you say, it's okay. Because it's not, I know it's not about me. It's because of your insecurities, it's because what you're going through. So we start to become more understanding.
Yeah.
So that's why I get from this one. It's not going to, bring my shame out. No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. It says, we are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors. Yes,
Wow.
that's what we become. Yes, that's what we become. And this is so beautiful where it says we're reaching for the sun. And it's not like literally the sun, but we're reaching to a higher nature. We're reaching to a higher self. We're working towards it. And it says, we are warriors. We are warriors, but not like soldiers.
Yeah.
There's two different things. Like warriors in a sense that we know that we are perfect. We are
Yeah.
glorious. At the same time, we know that the environment, the surroundings, everything has conditioned us. So
Yeah.
we have to break all those barriers or all
Yeah.
those beliefs. So we have to not fight. It's not about fighting, but it's overcoming the challenges. And then it says, I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. And I like how she focuses in the we are glorious.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a better word, I guess, for perfect, because we
Yes.
are perfect. I just want to say that we are perfect, not fully, completely, or what we think perfect is, but our soul is perfect. And it says, I won't let them break me down. And we go back to the mantra. Little there is a mantra for we are glorious. We are glorious. We're not gonna let them break us down.
Yeah.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood. Wanna throw them out. I am brave. I am bruised. I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look
Yeah.
out, cause here I come. and I'm marching on the beat of my drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apology. This is me. And
Yeah.
one thing that I just wanted to say in this part is that we're working on the mantra, we're working with our subconscious because we're trying to remember that words, it's just words.
Yeah.
It then they don't mean what you think it means.
Yeah.
Meaning you have to know what your values are. You have to know, your worth. You have to believe. And even more, you have to know that, like the song says, you are glorious.
Yeah.
And the more you start working in yourself, when we say working in yourself, meaning start to understand what you feel, what you think, and what is it that is bothering you. And then you start doing the work, meaning that start to understand more of why this word hurts you. Why
Right.
will people matter to you?
Yeah.
So when you start to recognize that, you understand that people, when they talk about you or when they start judging you, you understand that they're not judging you. It's because they're seeing something in you that they don't like about themselves.
Wow.
That's
Yes.
when the switch comes in
Yeah.
and you become resilient. And at the same time, you become understanding and your compassion start to expand to them.
Yeah.
And when that transition starts to happen, then that's when we start seeing one another as one.
Yes.
And we don't want to hurt anyone anymore.
Yeah.
But I know that it's possible, and I know that we can reach there. And we just have to keep practicing and practicing. And we're going to fail. Yes, we're going to fail, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn it over to you. So what do you think, Shadi?
That was amazing. And I just want to go back to one or two of the lines, the way you talked about them, that another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away today, because I won't let the shame sink in. Um, I just want to say that it is in such contrast to how she starts off the song, where she says, I've learned to be ashamed. I've learned to feel this way. And now saying, it's okay, you can, pierce me with bullets. But even when you do that, even when you make holes in my body, the shame won't sink in because I'm different. And in this particular song, I'm enjoying hearing um, that we're going beyond the body, beyond what we look like as a physical body, to much deeper parts of us, and that there is both beauty and strength in those deeper parts than just what we look like on the surface. And so anyway, so that part of the song really resonated very deeply with me, to not allow the shame to sink in. And this idea, how you explained, of like bursting through your barriers, bursting through the barricades, these limiting beliefs that hold us back in our life, being able to, and in a way, it's describing the coaching process. So one of the things we love to do through our podcast is share about coaching principles. And this is it. I think if I had to choose an analogy, coaching allows you to burst through your own barricades. And the interesting thing is, we are the ones that have put those barricades around us, because it is in some ways a protective mechanism. So I just wanted to kind of reiterate that. And moving on to the next part here, it goes into the oh part of the chorus, and then it says, "This is me." And it goes into, "I know that I deserve your love. There is nothing I am not worthy of." And I think these two might be the most powerful lines in this song, because being able to know that you deserve your own love, you know, oh my gosh, to be able to say that out loud is maybe the ultimate act of independence. And it's equivalent to when we look in the mirror at ourselves and we're able to say, "I love you." And I actually was doing a tapping practice the other day where the instructor who was doing the tapping, when she says out loud, I love you, she says, please don't turn off the video, because she knows how difficult it is for people to say that to themselves. And I chuckled because I was like, that was me 5 years ago. I could not look in the mirror and tell myself that I loved me, you know. And now I can do that without missing a beat. It is a part of who I am. And I believe that has made me able to love other people better because I can do that. So anyway, so these two are such powerful lines. There's nothing I'm not worthy of. I mean, how can you open up to the abundance that this universe has to offer us if you keep feeling that you're not even worthy of the blessings that you have? So to be able to say there is nothing in this universe that I'm not worthy of, it goes back to what you were saying about us being glorious. And I agree, like my word for it is magnificent. You know, we're magnificent beings who are here in essence, kind of trying to figure out exactly how magnificent we are, discovering our own powers and falling in love with our own abilities. And then, at least in my version of the lyrics, it now says, when the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm going to send a flood, going to drown them out. This is brave. This is bruised. This is who I'm meant to be. This is me. And I love that emphasis. This is brave. This is what brave looks like. I am what brave looks like. And I feel as though they're saying that they have become the definition of bravery and courage. You know how when we are kids, we might look up at someone else to being, oh, that person is brave. Oh, that person is bruised. That person is courageous. Now you become your own hero. And I love the fact that that's happening, that transformation. This is who I am meant to be. And to be able to say, you know, wherever I am today, this is who I'm meant to be. I'm meant to be a podcaster and a coach and, you know, and a business professional. You are meant to be a workshop leader, a coach, a mom, etc., etc. And being able to own that is just the most beautiful thing in the world. So I'm going to pause here and see if you want to do the next part.
Yeah, let me jump in. I'm gonna at the end, I'm gonna come back to discovering what you said. Because I really love that. And it says, and I'm marching. Oh, say, look out, cause here I come. Look out, cause here I come. And I'm marching on the beat I drum. Marching on, marching, marching. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Whenever the words wanna cut me down, uh-oh, uh-oh. And it's like I just go back a little bit, just kind of really briefly say, like, those, like, for me, like affirmation, mantra, like you're repeating yourself and making you stronger. And then you building up that resilience, you building out your technique, you building out that tool, because you building that energy as I want to say, like covering you from any bad words or anything that people want to say to you or to judge you. So I really like that. And just to finish on my end, I really love what you said. When you said you are magnificent, and it says discovering your own powers. I love that because everyone is in a different state. It's in a different. Everyone is different. It has different pace, and I really love this because it's I'm marching on the beat I drum, like the beat I drum. So I really love that. But anyways, take it away. I really love what you said.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And so to bring it home then, again, when the sharpest words want to break me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. And it repeats that line again and says, this is me. And how I receive, again, this part of the chorus is the reminder that the sharpest words are going to come again and again for people on the outside, because again it goes back to being those people getting triggered by seeing your confidence. It shines a light on their demons, in essence, things that they haven't dealt with. And so, yes, the sharpest words are going to keep coming to try to break you down, but you can send a floodlight of compassion to yourself in those moments so that your inner critic doesn't go into protective mode and start to agree with them and kind of this inner battle begin again. You can be the warrior in your life that cuts down and goes in the process of winning yourself. So I'm picking up your analogy where you're saying you're not a soldier, you're a warrior, because as a warrior, the number one thing that you try to do is you win yourself over. Your first and ultimate battle is with yourself.
Yes.
So I really love that part. And again, it repeats the line, I'm going to send a flood, going to drown them out. And it's that you're replacing the negativity of the outside with the positive spirals that you're creating on the inside. And the last line just declares, this is me. And just to be able to own who you are. Yes, you're doing your internal work, but you're not doing it because you're flawed. You're doing it because you're discovering just how magnificent you are.
Yes.
And I want to leave with that message.
Yes. No, thank you so much. You bring this song at the end with some power because it's discovering your own powers because you are magnificent.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Shruti. This was amazing. I learned so much. You took me to a deeper reflection, and I love you. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for watching. And if you like, please like and subscribe. And if you want to share with somebody else that you think they might like it, so please do so. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Always be creating the lifestyle that you want to live, please. It's in your hands.
Until next time.